All right. So you have another, let's say 20 seconds for this. Let's say you have another 20 seconds for this. So quickly vote. If you haven't voted, please vote fast. Yes, so I'm going to end this question on a count of 3, 2, 1. Now. I'm going to end this question now. Just a minute. All right. Still, I'm getting a lot of answers on the chat. Yes. So here we end this. So let me show the results. As you can see, all the options A, B, C were answered equally. That means there's a big problem here. So let's see how many loan pairs can be donated here, right? If you see this can donate loan pair. This oxygen has a lone pair, it can donate. This oxygen can also donate. This nitrogen can also donate. So it looks like a tridentate ligand. It looks like a tridentate ligand. What about this nitrogen? This can also donate lone pair. If you have a metal atom here, this can also donate lone pair to metal. This will come from the bottom and donate lone pair to the metal. So total how many lone pairs it can donate to the metal? So how many lone pairs it can donate to the metal? It can donate 4 lone pairs, right? So your answer will be tetradentate. So Pritish says how nitrogen will have 5 bonds. Where nitrogen is having 5 bonds, Pritish? Where nitrogen is having 5 bonds, Pritish? Yes, Pritish. Where nitrogen is having 5 bonds? After donation, this nitrogen is having 1, 2, 3, 4. This nitrogen, 1 ethyl, 2 ethyl, 3 after donation, 4. Can resonance affect denticity? Resonance will decrease the tendency to donate lone pair, but it will donate lone pair. Resonance will not play an important role here. Chirag and Adesh and Chirag. Resonance will not play an important role, right? It can donate lone pair of electrons. Anyways, Adesh and Chirag, you should understand one thing. Due to this bulky groups, will this go into the resonance with benzene? Due to these bulky groups, will it go into the resonance with benzene? This is steric inhibition to resonance, right? Chalo. So I hope it is clear. This is 4, I think, should be the answer. It cannot be hexadentate for sure, right? There is no doubt about it. How NET will share lone pair? Why it will not? This will come from the bottom and make a bridge here. You understand it like this? No, you are thinking it in a different way. I will tell you, wait. Just a minute. Yes. So you can see this, right? So if you see, this is your oxygen, this is your oxygen, and this is your nitrogen. So this is your central metal atom. So oxygen is donating lone pair, oxygen is donating lone pair, nitrogen is donating lone pair. The other nitrogen will come from the bottom and donate lone pair. It will form a bridge. CH2, CH2, N. It will come from the bottom and donate lone pair. So this is a ring formed by metal, oxygen, oxygen, nitrogen. So there will be a this kind of ring, then other CH2, CH2, NET, ET will come from the bottom and donate lone pair. Is that clear? Nitrogen is forming 5 bonds. Which nitrogen is forming 5 bonds? KV Chetan. Which nitrogen is forming 5 bonds? KV Chetan. This one. This one, KV Chetan. Where 5 bonds, man? 1, 2, 3. 1 lone pair donated. 4. Where are 5 bonds? KV Chetan, where are 5 bonds? Yes, KV Chetan. Where are 5 bonds, beta? All right. I think you got confused. Name of the molecule. This is a complex molecule, Adesh. How can you name this? This is not that easy, right? Chalo, let's move to the next question. This is an easy one. Which d orbital is involved in square planar complex? Which d orbital is involved in square planar complex? Which d orbital is involved in square planar complex? Let me give you the options and see how many of you remember this. All right. All right. This should not be wrong. Actually, I had told this in class, last class. I told this in last class. Sure. So I'll give you maximum another 20 seconds for this. Another 20 seconds to attempt this. Then I will close it. Then I will close it. Right. Yes. So let's end it on account of 3, 2, 1. Now. We will end this now. We will end this now. Yes. Here we end this. So I think if I had told you in square planar the hybridization, what is the hybridization in square planar complex? What is the hybridization in square planar complex? What was the hybridization in square planar complex? Everyone. It was DsP2. It was DsP2. And what d orbital was involved? Dx square minus y square. I think I had told you this, right? Yes or no? Right. So let's move ahead and quickly summarize what we learned in last class. Then we'll go to problem solving. Right. We studied valence bond theory. What were the postulates? The postulate says central metal atom makes available the empty orbitals equal to its coordination number. If the coordination number is 6, then 6 empty orbitals will be available for the nitrogen atom or central metal atom. If the coordination number is 4, central metal atom will make 4 orbitals empty. Correct? The second point says the vacant orbitals of metal atom form from ligand, it accept lone pair and form a covalent bond. So empty orbitals of central metal atom accept lone pair from ligand and form a covalent bond. Form a covalent bond, right? Now, a covalent bond is formed by the overlap of vacant orbital and filled ligand orbitals. Metal ka empty orbital, ligand ka filled orbital. So ligand will donate lone pair to empty orbitals of metal. But what did we say? Before before empty orbitals can accept lone pair from ligand, they will mix with each other. Atomic orbitals of central metal atom mix with each other to form hybrid orbitals. These hybrid orbitals will accept lone pair from ligand, right? When they accept lone pair from ligands, they form a covalent bond. They form a covalent bond called coordinate bond. They form a coordinate bond. Is that clear? I don't think so there should be any doubt in this. Anyone having any doubt in this? Anyone having any doubt in this? So I think I had summarized it in the form of flow diagram, where I said central metal atom empty atomic orbitals will overlap, mix with each other to form hybrid orbitals, and hybrid orbitals will overlap with fill atomic orbitals of ligand. That means ligand will donate lone pair to hybrid orbitals to form a coordinate bond, which is a covalent bond also. Is that clear, everyone? Do you remember this? Directional characters means better overlapping. Yes. Guys, I don't know whether you guys know it or not. At least I teach it in chemical bonding. If you take a p orbital overlap is like this. So when you consider p orbital overlap, it will be like this. This is the overlapping region. But this part is not participating in overlapping. When you take hybrid orbital is like this. Small lobe, big lobe, right? Small lobe and big lobe. So when they overlap, the orbital participating in overlapping is more. Non-participating overlap is very less. Here the part of the orbital which is not participating in overlapping in atomic orbitals is more. But in hybrid orbitals, these are your hybrid orbitals and these are your atomic orbitals. So when you consider atomic orbital overlap, there is a significant portion of atomic orbital which do not overlap. But if you take hybrid orbital, the hybrid orbital part which is not participating in overlapping is very small. Right? That is why we say all the orbitals are directional towards the overlapping. Yes. Got it, Shashwat. I understood that. Is this clear, everyone? Next, we saw the coordination number. We said if the coordination number is 2, the hybridization will be sp linear. Coordination number 4 it can be sp3 or dsp2. How we had seen the examples, we'll see it again today. Square planar geometry, if hybridization is dsp2. Which d orbital is involved in square planar? dx square minus y square, right? Then tetrahedral sp3. Then octahedral, you can have outer octahedral, inner octahedral. How we will learn it today. The hybridization in outer octahedral will be sp3d2 and d2sp3 inner octahedral. The hybridization, the d orbitals used here is dz square, dx square minus y square. The d orbitals used here is dx square minus y square, dz square only. So octahedral में 2 d orbitals are dz square and dx square minus y square, right? Why does it depend that electron will go in which orbital as all the d orbitals have same energy? Electron can go in, it's not about electron will go in which orbital, it's about which electron will participate in bonding. That is what we are discussing, Adesh. So Adesh, just remind me, I will clear your doubt in CFT. Crystal field theory, I will answer your this question, Adesh. Why only dz square, dx square minus y square participate in hybridization? I will answer this in CFT. All right. So then we saw the concept of back pairing. We said if the ligand is strong, then back pairing of electron take place. Aishwarya BT. Aishwarya beta, are you there? Aishwarya BT. Aishwarya BT. Are you there? Yes, Aishwarya. All right. So Aishwarya, you have sent me some questions. Beta, those answers also you'll get to know today. ठीक है, in today's class, because you have done one mistake, you have taken normal metal ions, they are complexes. ठीक है. So if ligand is strong, then back pairing of electron will take place in metal atom, right? So what I'm trying to say here is metal atom contain electrons in d orbital, right? So if ligand come and attack central metal atom, ligand contain lone pair. So the electrons of ligand will repel the electrons of metal atom. So metal atom electron starts back pairing behind. This electron will jump and come here. This electron will jump and come here. This is called back pairing of electrons. This is done only by strong ligands. This back pairing can be caused only by strong ligands. What are your strong ligands? Guys, this is important for boards also. Pay attention. So from I minus to H2O, you have a weak field ligand, right? From ammonia, or you can say from NCS minus to CO, you have strong field ligand, right? You don't need to by heart this series. When you start solving questions on it, you will yourself remember it. You should just know what lies on the left of water and what lies on the right of water. You should just know this, right? All right. Now let me use this first, Gauri. Now coming to magnetic moment, the next property is if there is an unpaired electron left in a complex, then it is called paramagnetic substance. If all electrons are paired, then it's a diamagnetic substance, right? H2O and NCS minus are almost equal, Pratish, you are right. So now how do you find magnetic moment? Magnetic moment formula is under root n into n plus 2. What is n? N is number of unpaired electrons after the complex formation. If your number of unpaired electron is 1, your magnetic moment comes out to be 1.732. If your number of unpaired electron is 2, it comes out to be 2.89. I told you a trick. 3, 3.89, 4, 4.89, 5, 5.89, 6, 6.89. Roughly you will get this much. No need to do the square root. Okay? So this is what we studied till yesterday. This is what we studied till yesterday. Is that clear, everyone? So those who were absent yesterday, we had discussed this till yesterday, right? All right. Now I will take examples of coordination number 4. I have taken some examples. I'll take some more today. We will take some examples of coordination number 4, and we will take some examples of coordination number 6 also today. So let me take coordination number 4 first. Coordination number 4. Can anybody tell me what example I took for coordination number 4 yesterday? What was the example I had taken for coordination number 4 yesterday? Anybody who can tell me? Very good. So the first example we had taken was NiCl4 2-. Now quickly tell me, what is the first step you are going to do? This is a 3-mark question in boards. This is a 3-mark question in boards also. CET, JEE, NEET, everywhere it will be asked. What was the first thing we did? We wrote the nickel ka electronic configuration. What is the atomic number of nickel? 28. It was 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, or you can say 3d8, 4s2. So we write only the last 2 shell configurations. So it is 3d8, 4s2. Next we find the oxidation state of nickel. How do you find the oxidation state of nickel? How do you find the oxidation state of nickel? Nickel is X. What is the charge on chlorine? -1. How many chlorines are there? 4. So 4 into -1 equal to charge of nickel plus charge of chlorine is equals to total charge. What is your total charge? -2. So X minus 4 is equals to -2. X comes out to be 4 minus 2. How much? +2. So nickel oxidation state is +2, right? So nickel is +2. Very good. Now, can you tell me, to get nickel +2 from nickel, I should remove 2 electrons. Where should I remove 2 electrons from? Which subshell I should remove 2 electrons from? If I want to remove 2 electrons, I should remove 2 electrons from last shell. What is your last shell? 4s. So we'll remove electrons from 4s. If you remove 2 electrons, what is left? 3d8. So after removing 2 electrons, you will be left with 3d8. Is that clear, everyone? Those who were absent yesterday also, is it clear? Yes, is it clear, everyone? You'll get 3d8, right? Now, you will write your 3d8 like this. Just a minute. You'll write your 3d8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3d8 mein you can write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is your 3d. After 3d comes 4s. 4s is empty. After 4s comes 4p. 4p is also empty. Now check, Cl is a strong ligand or weak ligand? Cl minus is a strong field ligand or weak field ligand? Cl minus comes before water. Cl minus comes before water. Here it is. So it's a weak ligand. So weak ligand में back pairing will occur or not? Weak ligand में back pairing will occur or not? No. Cl is a weak ligand or weak field ligand. So no back pairing. So no back pairing of electrons. I am repeating this because we have done it in last class of the yesterday's class. So some of you might not have understood this. That's fine. So no back pairing. Very good, Nirja. No back pairing. So no back pairing means these d electrons will not, this d electron will not come and jump here. Back pairing will not take place. So it will remain as it is. So if it remains as it is, 3d remain as it is. If 3d remains as it is, does 3d contain any empty orbital? Does 3d contain any empty orbital? There is no back pairing of electron. Does 3d contain any empty orbital? Yes or no? No, it does not contain. So if Cl comes to donate lone pair, can it donate to 3d? Can Cl donate lone pair to 3d? Can Cl donate lone pair to 3d? No. Very good, Jagruti. So now Cl will donate lone pair to empty orbitals. Now this is your metal atom. 3d, 4s, 4p. So nickel ka 3d is filled. 3d cannot accept electron. So Cl will come, ligand will come and donate lone pair to central metal atom. So Cl will donate, one Cl will donate lone pair here. One Cl will donate lone pair here. One Cl will donate lone pair here. And one Cl will donate lone pair here. So what is the orbitals which is participating in bonding with Cl ligand? 1s and 3p. So what should be your hybridization? What should be your hybridization? S ka 1 orbital, P ka 3 orbital. So sp3 is your hybridization. Is that clear, everyone? Anyone who has not understood this, please quickly ask. sp3, right? sp3 mein coordination number 4, sp3, sp3. What should be the geometry? Tetrahedral. Very good. The geometry of NiCl4 2- is tetrahedral. Right? Is there any unpaired electron left here? This is paired, 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 paired. Paired, paired, paired. Unpaired, unpaired. So is there any unpaired electron left? Yes. So it is paramagnetic. It is paramagnetic. Right? How many unpaired electrons are left? How many unpaired electrons are left? 2. So what should be the magnetic moment? Should I calculate square root? No, I will directly write 2.89. I will directly write 2.89. I don't want to calculate square root. Is that clear, everyone? So you will get 3 mark ka question, 1 mark for hybridization, 1 mark for geometry, 1 mark for magnetic behavior. Is that clear? Aishwarya BT, now I hope you have understood what was your mistake. Aishwarya BT, I hope now you have understood what was your mistake. You might not have considered back pairing of electron, Aishwarya. All right, I hope it is clear. So NiCl4 2 minus, done. What was the next example we had taken? 2 minutes, just a minute. 4s has lower energy than 4p. How 4s after 3D can fill? Four-S has lower energy than, but 4s, see, 4s has lower energy, but it is empty, no? So whatever is empty, that will get filled. 3D is not empty. How can you fill 3D first? Right? It is after removing 2 electrons from 4s, 4s became empty. So it will accept electron button. So the next example we had taken was the example which I am discussing are very important ones. NiCN4 2 minus. So I am going to do the same thing. Nickel configuration is same to same. I am writing only the last part. That is 3D8 4s2. Find oxidation state. Nickel X. Cn. What is the charge on Cn? What is the charge on cyanide? Cn. -1. Very good, Pratish. So 4 into -1 equal to total charges -2. So X minus 4 is equals to -2. X is equals to 4 minus 2, that is +2. So nickel is +2. Remove. Now how do you get nickel +2 from nickel? Remove 2 electrons. So where will you remove 2 electrons from? 4s. So after removing 2 electrons from 4s, you are going to get 3D8. Very good, Monisha. You are going to get 3D8, right? Now let us draw again our 3D8. Let us draw again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3D8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What about Cn minus? Cn minus is a strong field ligand or weak field ligand? Cn minus is a strong ligand, bhari aadmi, heavy person. Strong ligand. Cn minus is a strong ligand. So what will happen? So what will take place? Yes, what will take place? Back pairing of electron will take place. Back pairing of electron will take place. So after 3D, our 4s is empty, 4p is also empty. Right? Very good. Now let us do the back pairing. Back pairing ka matlab, when ligand come and approach metal with its electron, seeing the electron of the metal d electron will repel and jump backward direction. So this electron will jump and get paired with this electron, right? So if that happens, if this jumps and comes here, you are going to get 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if this electron jumps and comes here, you will get a pair of electron here. What will happen to this d orbital? What will happen to this or d orbital? What will happen to this d orbital? It will become what? Empty. It will become empty. Very good. Now 4s is empty. 4p is also empty. Now Cn minus wants to come and donate lone pair. So which orbital first Cn minus will donate lone pair in? So which orbital will accept lone pair first? Empty d orbital. Button, this clears your doubt. So first empty d orbital is 3D. So Cn minus will come, donate 1 lone pair here. 1 Cn minus will donate 1 lone pair here. 1 will donate here. And 1 will donate here. 4 are over. Coordination number is 4. That means 4 lone pairs are donated. So what are the orbitals participating in hybridization? D, S, P, P. So what are the orbitals participating in hybridization? These orbitals. That is DsP2. If it is DsP2, it is square planar geometry. It is square planar geometry. Unpaired electron is there or not? Unpaired electron is there or not? Very good, Tamanna. There is no unpaired electron. Paired, 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 paired. No unpaired electron at all. So it is a diamagnetic complex. It's a diamagnetic complex. Magnetic moment, zero, shunya, shanya. Is that clear? So these were the examples we had discussed yesterday. I am going to give you one more example. That is NiCO4. Very important. What happened to the last orbital? It will remain unhybridized. This orbital will remain unhybridized, Ketan. This will remain unhybridized, guys. It will not participate in bonding, right? In 4p, it is not obeying Pauling's rule. It is obeying Pauling's rule. Who said it is not obeying Pauling's rule? Pauling's rule is in a degenerate orbital, first each electron should be singly filled. But that is not for coordinate bond. No, coordinate bond may it donates two lone pair. That does not happen. One will come here, one will come here. Pair of electrons to एक orbital में donate होगा ना. You will donate a pair of electron to one orbital only, because you are donating a pair electron, right? You are not donating a single electron, right? Ketan, KV Chetan, let me finish that example. That is very important one. Cn minus in d orbital. I did not get your point, Chandan. Correct. Cn minus. Understood. Chandan, I understood. Here also Cl minus. Yes. Is that clear, everyone? Have you taken these screenshots? Whatever you want. Have you done that? Any doubts? Any doubts or many doubts or whatever it is? Sanjana, last slide is this only, beta. This so we are going to do. This was the before slide. This was the before slide. Cool. So this is the current slide, Sanjana. This is our future slide. Right. So now what I'm going to discuss is NiCO4. This is a very important example, because this is something which 90% students do it wrong. Very good. Rohit, smart. Now, can you tell me where have you seen this compound? Have you seen this compound somewhere? Can you recall? Can you recall? Where have you seen this compound? That is fine, Hari Prakash. Can you recall where have you seen this compound? Think. The test. What is the test? Not D block. D block mein theek hai, but it's you have not seen this compound in detail. You have seen in D block. I told you about metal carbonyls there. Zero oxidation state. Right? Adesh was asking this also. You did not explain. I will explain all that in this chapter. Correct? So let us see this. This is a complex. Nickel is 3D8-4S2. Right? And then nickel oxidation state X. Carbonyl. What is the charge on carbonyl, everyone? Pooja, your answer is wrong. That's why I told you most of the students do it wrong. I am proud to say that, Pooja, your answer is wrong. I am proudly saying your answer is wrong. Yes. CO is a neutral ligand. It's a neutral ligand. So charge is 4 into 0. Overall charge, no charge. So 0. X is 0. So nickel do not have any charge. So nickel is forming a complex in zero oxidation state. So we have to take 3D8-4S2. So let us draw 3D8-4S2. So after 4S, 4p is empty. Now what about CO? CO is a strong field ligand or weak field ligand? CO is a strong field ligand or weak field ligand? What do you say? Very good. CO is a strong field ligand. CO is a strong field ligand. So it will cause what? It will cause back pairing of electrons. It will cause back pairing of electrons. Right? Very good, Ankita. Very good. So now, what is back pairing going to happen like? Dekho, this is where 90% of the students will make mistakes. This is where 90% of the students will make mistakes. So please see the back pairing of electrons carefully. So don't start the back pairing like this. No. From the outermost shell, electron has to come to the innermost shell. From outside to inside. Right? So if you start here, what about these two? You cannot forget that, right? So if ligand is coming like this is 3D, 4s. So if ligand is coming like this, first repulsion will be faced by 4s. So this 4s electron will come and jump here. This 4s electron will come and jump here. Right? So after back pairing, this electron will pair here and this electron will pair here. That's what makes it a very good example. So that you'll get 1, 2, 3, 4. This electron has got one electron from 4s, so 4s2. Sorry, 2 electrons. This electron also gets one electron from 4s, so it is also paired. What about 4s? 4s is empty now. 4s is empty now. 4s is empty now. Now CO will come and donate. Yes, then in that case it will not happen, Shreyas. What will happen in this case now? CO will come and donate its lone pair in which orbital first? CO will come and donate its lone pair in which orbital first? Yes, 4s. Then again 4s. Again 4s. Again 4s. So it becomes what hybridization? sp3. sp3 tetrahedral. Now I'll tell you something what students do. And all electrons are paired means diamagnetic. Magnetic moment 0. So देखो, I'll tell you what students generally do. देखो यहाँ पे. So you can take a screenshot. You can do whatever you want to do. I will tell you one important mistake which students do. ठीक है? I'm going to tell you one important mistake which generally students make. Right. I hope you have noted it. Right. So this is very important example because the back pairing starts from 4s. Yeah. Now I want to tell you something. How did they get to know about this kind of back bonding? This is not back bonding. This is back pairing. Back pairing is different, Abhishek. This is from spectroscopic measurements, Abhishek. From spectroscopic measurements. Now I'll tell you something which students generally do. Okay, weak field ligand, what they do? Okay, weak field ligand, no back pairing, sp3 paramagnetic, done. Anna, no back pairing, so unpaired electron will be there, paramagnetic, done. Strong field ligand, back pairing occurs, dsp2 square planar diamagnetic. रट्टा लगा लेते हैं, they by heart. Strong field ligand में square planar dsp2, done. But beta, this is a important one. Strong field ligand में not dsp2, sp3. sp3. Not square planar, tetrahedral. So therefore don't make by heart or don't make these short methods. Always try to do the back pairing and solve. If you try to by heart, you will become ullu. So you can get a very good assertion reason statement on this. If I make a statement, assertion, let us say my assertion statement is in a complex whose coordination number is 4, complex whose coordination number is 4, in a complex whose coordination number is 4, having a strong field ligand, will always be having square planar geometry. Will always be having square planar geometry. Reason is due to back pairing of electrons. Reason is due to back pairing of electrons. So which statement is true? Assertion true, reason true. Assertion false, reason false. What do you feel? Assertion reason both false, assertion reason both true. What do you feel? Yes, Ruchi, very good. The correct is assertion is false, reason is correct. Assertion is false because if there is a coordination number 4 complex with strong field ligand, it may not always be square planar. It can be tetrahedral as well. Okay, so assertion is wrong. Strong field ligament में back pairing take place. So reason is true. Okay, is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone? Good. Why it does not take place in 3D only? Pritesh, I have already answered that beta. When ligand come from this direction, the first repulsion will be faced by 4s, not 3D. So electron will first jump from 4s. Right? That's the reason, Pritesh. Chalo, let me give you examples of coordination number 6. Coordination number 6 ka I'll give you 2 examples. Coordination number 6 ka I'll give you 2 examples. Right? So please see this, listen to it carefully. I am giving you 2 examples, Fe, CO, or let me take better, if I take Fe, CN6, -4. This is my first complex. FeCN6 -4. This is my first complex. So what is my metal here? Iron. Iron configuration is 1s2, atomic number 26, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d6, 4s2. So let us consider only last shell configuration. Let us find the oxidation state of iron. Iron is X. Cn is a negatively charged ligand with a charge of -1. How many Cn are there? 6. So total negative charge will be 6 into -1 equal to charge of iron plus charge of Cn equal to total charge. How much? -4. So how much is the oxidation state? X minus 6 is equals to -4. X is equals to 6 minus 4, that is +2. So iron is +2. So iron is +2. So iron is +2. What does it mean? Iron is +2 means you have to remove 2 electrons from 4s. That means your configuration is 3d6. Fine, configuration is 3d6. What about Cn? Strong field ligand or weak field ligand? Cn is strong field ligand or weak field ligand? Very good. Cn is a strong ligand. Cn is a strong field ligand. Right? So we can write iron 2 plus is 3d6 like this. Let us write 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ligands. Yes, there are 6 ligands. So 4s is empty, 4p is also empty. Back pairing will take place or not? Yes, strong field ligand. So back pairing takes place. Back pairing takes place. So how should I back pair? Let us start from last. Let us start from last. So this will come and back pair here. This will come and back pair here. So after back pairing, what are you going to get? You already had a pair of electron here. One electron come and pair here, pair. This is also a pair of electron. 2 orbitals are empty. Very good, Abhishek. H. I was expecting the same thing from you. Very good. I am happy you understood this. So this is 3D, 4S, 4P. Now after back pairing, Vijay Lakshmi, you made a mistake. After back pairing, which orbitals are empty? 2d orbitals are empty, 1s orbital is empty, 3p orbitals are empty. So, Arey Kishore, mistake you are doing. So if Cn comes, it will donate lone pair first in which orbital? First Cn will donate, Cn minus will donate lone pair in which orbital? D. Very good, Saksha. Very good, everyone. So it will donate here, Cn minus will donate here. 2 lone pairs are done. Then next Cn minus will donate in 4s. Next Cn minus will donate in 4p. 4p again. 4p again. So 6 Cn are done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Cn only we have taken. So done. Now see which orbitals are participating in hybridization. D orbitals 2. So D2sp3. So I will write it D2sp3, not sp3 D2. Why? Because the D orbitals you are using are 3D orbitals. If after 4p you are using 4D orbitals, then it would have been sp3 D2. That means D orbitals are outside D orbitals, outer D orbitals. But here the D orbitals used are 3D, inner D orbitals. Therefore, we will write D2sp3, not sp3 D2. So since it is inner D orbitals which are used, this complex is called inner octahedral complex. Inner octahedral complex. Is that clear, everyone? It is inner octahedral complex. It is inner octahedral complex. Is that clear, everyone? Yes. Now, what about magnetic moment? Paramagnetic or diamagnetic? Very good, Trupti. It is no unpaired electron, all are paired. So it is diamagnetic complex. Magnetic moment 0. Magnetic moment 0. Very good, Adi. Now let me take, what should I take? Not question, another example. FeH2O6 2 plus. Let me take FeH2O6 2 plus. Can you repeat the last step of hybridization? Last step is easy, beta. Mahavir, after back pairing, 2d orbitals are empty, 4s is empty, 4p is empty. So Cn minus will come and donate lone pair first in 3d, then in 4s, then in 4p. So the hybridization is 2d orbitals, therefore d2, 1s orbital, therefore s1, 3p orbitals are used, therefore sp3. Now it is d2sp3. The d orbitals you have used are 3d orbitals, inner d orbitals, therefore inner octahedral complex. If you are using 4s, 4p and 4d orbitals for bonding, then the d orbitals were outer d orbitals, then it would have been sp3 d2. But since you are using inner d orbitals, therefore it is d2sp3. Right? Why not pairing in 4s first? Beta C, there are few things you should understand. You will not even understand whether this is paired or not. When you go to CFT, you will understand Adesh for your Adesh, it is specifically for you. Adesh, it looks like 4s is taking lone pair first, but actually it is not the case. These orbitals will mix with each other. When they mix with each other, they form hybrid orbitals. And you know, hybrid orbitals are what, Adesh? Identical. So Cn minus is actually not donating lone pair to atomic orbitals. It is donating lone pair to hybrid orbitals, Adesh. Right? Not now, Rohit. Not now. Is that clear? Yes. Yes, Abhishek. So H2O. So iron is again 3d6, 4s2. Let us find oxidation state. X plus, what is the neutral ligand? So 6 into 0 equal to total charge plus 2. So X is plus 2. So iron comes out to be plus 2 will be 3d6. Water is a weak field ligand. So no back pairing. No back pairing. So let us write, not write, let us write 3d6 as it is. This is our 3d6. After 3d6, 4s is empty. 4p is also empty. 4d is also empty. So if back pairing do not occur, the 3d orbitals will not be empty. So if lone pair comes from water, water will donate lone pair from 4s because 3d is filled. Because 3d is filled. Right? So what will be your hybridization in this case? What will be your hybridization in this case? It will be S p3 orbitals, d2 orbitals. Now d orbitals are outer d orbitals. So it will become outer octahedral. Outer octahedral. Paramagnetic or diamagnetic? Paramagnetic or diamagnetic? Very good. 4 unpaired electrons. So it is paramagnetic. What is our magnetic moment? Close to 4.89. It can be 4.91, 4.92, whatever. Right? It is close to 4.89. Right? Is that clear? So this is all about VBT, valence bond theory. Valence bond theory. Right? So shall we discuss some questions on it? Shall we discuss some questions on it? Chalo, let's move ahead then. Now my job is over. My job is over. Your job starts now. You have to find the answers. Right? These are some three-dimensional images. For coordination number 4, you can have tetrahedral geometry or square planar geometry. Coordination number 5 is not in your syllabus. It is trigonal bipyramidal geometry, sp3d hybridization. Coordination number 6 can be d2sp3 or sp3d2. Right? So this we have already covered. So there are some exceptions, guys. Please remember this. One of these exceptions is also mentioned in NCERT. Do not ask a reason for it. These are experimental observations. There is no specific reason for it. Right? Can you show the last slide? Yes, Gaurav. This was our last slide, Gaurav. How can we understand? Is it outer or inner? Naren, beta, if the 4d orbitals are used for hybridization, then it is outer. Right? In this case, 4d orbitals are used. If 3d orbitals are used for hybridization, then it is inner octahedral. Naren. Is that done, Gaurav? Yes, Gaurav. Is that done? Right. So let me take you through some exceptions. First, you note it. You will not find it in any book. You won't get it in any book. So take screenshot, keep it with you. You will not get it in any book. One of these are mentioned in your textbook also. I'll tell you which is mentioned in textbook. This is mentioned in textbook. So oxalate and water are weak field ligand, but they act as strong field ligand with cobalt 3+. If you see cobalt 3+, oxalate and water complex with cobalt 3+ will be water and oxalate will act as strong field ligand. That means back pairing will take place. SFL is strong field ligand, man. क्या तुम लोग भी? हाँ, Pritesh, कितनी बार बोलूं? Strong field ligand. So example, you can take COH2O6 3+. In this complex, water will act as strong field ligand. ठीक है? If back pairing happens, it always inner octahedral. 98% of the cases, yes. One or odd are exceptions. Nickel wale complexes, copper nickel ke some complexes are there, but most of the cases, yes, Kishore. F- is a weak field ligand, but with Ni+4, it acts as a strong field ligand. Strong ligand. Ammonia is a strong field ligand, but with Fe+2 and Mn+2, it acts as weak field ligand. ठीक है? Copper tetramine, देखो ये मैं बताऊंगा. I will teach it in next class. There is some concept called I forgot, Huggins concept. I will teach it in next class. Huggins concept. Remember, it has square planar geometry ये सारे exceptions you will not find anywhere. It has square planar geometry, but its hybridization is not DsP2 but sp2d. It's the only molecule. It's the only molecule where you can have sp2d geometry. There is one more complex, but that will not come in your exam. The only complex to have sp2d geometry or hybridization. Then nickel Cl PPH3 whole twice. In this complex, PPH3 is a strong field ligand. PPH3 is a strong field ligand, but it acts as a weak field ligand in this complex. So I have summarized all the exception in these 5 points. I would suggest you to take a screenshot, take a note of this. As I told you, will not find these exception in textbook. This is given in NCERT. If you read textbook carefully, it is given in textbook. Textbook के right side में bottom paragraph में 1/5 6 statement is there. Okay, this is there in textbook. Right? So all of you, have you taken the screenshot? Have you taken the screenshot or slash noted it down? Have you taken the screenshot slash noted it down? Very good. So I am going to move ahead. Okay? So these are important. याद रखना. JEE में one of these will only be asked. JEE में one of these will only be asked. Spectroscopy, Pritesh. This is all spectroscopy. Siddharth, you can note it. I have given enough time. Right. Let's move ahead. This is the name of this compound is easy. Shashwat. Dichlorido, diphenylphosphine, nickel. Sir, first point. What is the problem in first point? Ina, what is the problem in first point? Yes, Ina, what is the problem in first point? All right. So let's move ahead. Now, what are the drawbacks? I'll tell you this also in short. It does not explain color of coordination compound, right? Yes, these two will act as strong field ligand only with cobalt 3+, nothing else with. Rest all normal case. These ligands will act as exception with only this metal ion. Rest everywhere normal case. So what are the drawbacks? It does not explain color of coordination compound. It cannot explain magnetic moment based on geometry. Here tetrahedral में what will be your magnetic moment? Square planar में what will be your magnetic moment? It does not explain based on geometry. It explains based on back pairing, right? It does not explain why some are called inner octahedral or some are called outer octahedral in the same oxidation state. So inner and outer, so you know now. Actually, they have been answered using spectroscopy. Basically, crystal field theory will study John Teller distortion. Using that, we have answered it. It just said that 3D is used inner, 4D is used outer. But no reason or explanation was given for it. Fails to predict the exact geometry of the complexes with the coordination number 4. For example, there are, I told you already, I have told you here. Copper tetramine is a square planar complex. It should be DsP2, but it is sp2d. This was not explained by VBT. This was also the limitation of VBT. Okay? How it was explained? It was explained using Huggins concept. We'll discuss this tomorrow in class. All right. So we are done with this almost. This is your first question of the day. Which of the following complex is an outer octahedral complex? Which of the following complex is a outer octahedral complex? Let me give you the options. Which it's a easy one, so don't mess it up. It's a easy one. Don't do it wrong. Yes. So I have started getting the answers, but guys, this is thoda easy. Do it fast. This so I have already explained you. Don't need to solve this. This we have already solved. Which of the following is an outer octahedral complex? Which of the following is an outer octahedral complex? Yes, Kishore, you have to check all drawbacks if somebody is asking something. I'll give you a time for the screenshot, Vinayak. Don't worry. Hit and trial so nahi. You have to check all the options. All right. So let me end it on a count of 3. Guys, another 10 seconds. So if you haven't voted, please vote fast. I'm getting a different answers. If you have not voted, please vote fast. So I am going to end this on a count of 3, 2, 1. Now. So let's end it now. Here we go. Right. So definitely we have already solved FECN6. So FECN6 we have already solved. It is inner octahedral complex. So remove option D. No need to check D. In exam you may, but no need to check D. Okay? Now let us check option C first, or you can check option B also, whatever you want. Cobalt oxidation state here will come out to be X plus 6 into 0 equal to plus 3. So cobalt is plus 3. So cobalt is atomic number 27. It will be 3d7 4s2. Cobalt plus 3 is 3d6. If it is 3d6, it will be like this. So 4s is empty, 4p is also empty. So ammonia is a strong field ligand. So ammonia is a strong field ligand. So back pairing of electron will take place. This will pair here. This will pair here. So you will get, after back pairing, you will get something like this. So inner d orbitals are empty. Inner d orbitals are empty. So it will be inner octahedral or outer octahedral. You can see the results meanwhile. Right. So it will be inner octahedral or outer octahedral. Guys, it will be inner octahedral or outer octahedral. I don't know how you guys have answered C, Chetna. It will be inner. Right? Pranav, outer कैसे हो गया पागल? 3d, 4s, 4p. So 3d orbitals अगर use हो रहे हैं, तो how can it be inner, Pranav? How can it be inner, Pranav? How can it be outer? Sorry. It will be inner. Now, let us check A. So if you check A, again nickel hexamine. So nickel hexamine 2 plus. So X plus 6 into 0 is equals to plus 2. X is plus 2. So nickel is 3d8 4s2. Nickel plus 2 is 3d8. Ammonia is a strong field ligand. This is tricky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? 4s is empty. 4p is also empty. So if you back pair this electron here, then you will have one empty d orbital. You will have one empty d orbital. Correct? And 4s is empty. But inner d orbital cannot be used because we need 2 d orbitals. We have only one. So therefore 4d will be used. Therefore we will use 4d. And since we are using 4d, ammonia lone pair, lone pair, lone pair, lone pair, lone pair, lone pair. It will become outer octahedral. It will become outer octahedral. Right? It is ammonia up. What I have done, what Pritish, what ammonia up? Where Pritish? Ammonia only I have taken. I have done cobalt, kya? No. It's correct only, pairing. Pairing is also fine. What's the problem in pairing? 8 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's correct only. In option C में pairing. Option C में you had 3d6. So here pair, here pair. This is also fine, 6 electrons. This is also fine, 6 electrons. Pritesh, check again, beta, it is correct. Ammonia will donate, not cobalt. Acha. Here you are saying kya? हाँ मेरे भाई, I have done the blunder. Here ammonia will come. This I agree. So your answer is A, guys. You can solve the option. You can solve the option B. It will also come out to be basically. देखो, यहाँ पे भी if you solve, manganese oxidation state will be Mn+2. That is 3d5. So 3d5 में if you do the back pairing, 3d5 में if you do the back pairing, this will come here. This will come here. So 2d orbitals will become empty. It will also come inner octahedral, right? So answer is A. Now I am giving you some problems. You can do them as a homework. So I had planned to do questions today, but ठीक है. You can do them as a homework. We'll discuss their solution tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 problems you can do this as a homework. I will upload the notes right away. You can, solve them as a homework. Right? That's all for today, students. Some students can wait back for the advanced problem solving. Some students can wait for the advanced problem solving. Others can leave. Thank you for joining the class. Have a good day ahead. The advanced students can stay back. The others can leave. We'll do a 10-15 minutes session here. Oh, sorry. Quiz. Quiz was for the Avengers today. The ones who like Avengers can explain the full form here. What's the full form mean? Jarvis. It's a statement or it's a dialogue from Avengers. It's a JEE advanced, JEE plus NEET. Both can stay back. It's fine. Both can stay back. So what do you feel? Jarvis, full form. It's a dialogue from Avengers movie. It's Iron Man suit. I don't know full form. It's Thor who says this very usually, actually. Yes, Vijay. Very good. Ronish also got it correct. Yes, it was said by Thor. Thor used to say this to Iron Man, basically, very usually. Yes, Vijeta. Very good. The statement was, it's just another rather very intelligent system. So since Iron Man works in machines, so by seeing every new machine, he used to say this, just another rather very intelligent system. I hope you remember this dialogue. Okay? All right. So others can leave. That's all for today. Let me discuss some concept today, which I am going to discuss today is, just give me a minute. I'm going to the IUPAC lecture. Just give me a minute. I'm going to discuss some IUPAC complexes, basically. Some names of IUPAC complex. Just give me some minute. Yeah, let's start. Without much delay, let's start. Why 2 orbitals are needed to be empty for ligands to donate electrons? Hybridization cannot be d-sp3d, no? Ravikiran. The 2d orbitals should be of same energy. So either inner 2d or outer 2d. One inner d, one outer d will not work. So we are discussing the nomenclature of polynuclear complexes today. Many of you who are solving your reference books might come across this, right? So what do you mean by this polynuclear complexes? So देखो, whenever you have a complex where there are two metal atoms which are connected by the ligand. For example, let me give you an example. CO, NH2, CO, NH3, 5. Here also NH3, 5. Then nitrate. So what do we see here? What do we see here is two metal atoms are connected by a ligand. So such ligand which connect two metal atoms are called bridging ligands. They are called bridging ligands. Okay? So in the nomenclature you can see how we name it. So first in this case we name bridging ligand only. So the name must start with bridging ligand. Name must start with bridging ligand, right? And this bridging ligand is indicated by, now how would you distinguish between a normal ligand and bridging ligand then? अगर एक name लिखा हुआ है, if there is a name written over here, how would you identify this is a normal ligand or this is a bridging ligand? How would you identify? We need to give some symbols. Therefore, bridging ligand is indicated by a symbol mu. So wherever you see mu in front of it, it means it's a bridging ligand. Okay? Then if you see this, right? So if you see this is repeated 2 times, right? So whenever two metals are symmetrical, right? So you can name it once and say it is repeated 2 times. So you can write it di, but in this case you do not write di, you write bis. Okay? So how would I name this compound? This is my bridging ligand, so I will write it as amido, right? It is amido. I will represent it by mu. Mu and alphabet are separated by a hyphen, right? After amido, you are done with this. See, again, it's a cationic complex. So we are naming a cation first. So now you can name the metal atom and other ligands. So what is your other ligand? There are 2 ways of naming it. Please pay attention. So I will write it pentaamine cobalt. It can be written as pentaamine cobalt. Pentaamine cobalt. Right? Since it is repeated 2 times, you can write bis. You can't write di. Right? Why you can't write di? Can anybody tell me why we can't write di-pentaamine cobalt? Can anybody tell me why we can't write di-pentaamine cobalt? Anyone? Because we have already used penta in the name. So if you have used already penta in the name, you cannot use di or tri again. So you have to use bis. This is one way. Now, after cobalt, what should you write? Its oxidation number in Roman number. So oxidation number in Roman number. So cobalt oxidation number you can calculate easily. So nitrate पे 5 charge there. So if you cross multiply, you will get a plus 5 charge here. So 2x. Yes. So 2x amide is -1. So 2x -1. Ammonia is 0. So plus 10 into 0 equal to plus 5. So 2x is equals to plus 6. X is equals to plus 3. So Roman में oxidation number is 3. Followed by name of the simple anion. Simple anion is named as such. So NO3 का name क्या हो जाएगा? Nitrate. NO3 का name क्या हो जाएगा? Nitrate. Is that clear, everyone? Yes. Is that clear, everyone? Please check the name carefully. If there is any doubt, please ask quickly. If there is any doubt, please ask quickly. Check the name. I'll give you some homework also. Please check the name. No 8. Chetna is asking why I have not written cobaltate. Can anybody tell her why I have not written cobaltate? Yes, Swamitinath, I'll do that. Can anybody tell why I have not written cobaltate? Because you add a suffix 8 in a anionic complex, Chetna. It is a cationic complex. So in cationic complex, central metal atom is named as such. Okay? So Sumantinath, beta, I hope you are asking about oxidation state. So oxidation state में cobalt का is X. Since there are 2 cobalt, so 2X. Amide is -1. Ammonia is 0. So 5 plus 5, 10 into 0 equal to plus 5 charge. Because you have 1 here, cross multiply -1, 5 here, cross multiply plus 5. So if you solve this, you'll get X as plus 3. Now your coordination naming is complete. Now after the cation, you have anion. Anion is simple anion. Simple anion may you name it as such. So what is the name of NO3? Nitrate. Right? Is that clear, everyone? We should put a bracket because we are using a bis. Right? Now let me give you one question. Let me give you one question. Try to name this compound. It's an easy one. It's an easy one, similar one. So you should answer it quickly. Try to name this complex. Try to name this complex. Nitrate should be after the bracket. Yes, it's an anion. It should be after the bracket, Chandan. What will be name of this compound? Let me give you homework. Meanwhile, we'll discuss it. You solve it first. Meanwhile, I'll give you some homework related to this so that you can practice. Yes, these two are homework for you. Right. अरे M नहीं mu होता है प्रणव. So basically, I think all of you have got it correct. Very good. Basically, everything is same. No change. Instead of NH2, you have used what? OH. NH2 is -1. OH is also -1. So your oxidation state will also remain same. So let me copy the name. Let me copy the name. It will remain everything same. Let me tell you what will change. So it will remain same. First of all, it will remain same. Now let me tell you what will change. Bridge ligand is not amido, it is hydroxo. It is hydroxo. And then your simple anion is not nitrate, it is chloride. That's the only change. Correct? Yes, Pranav, understood. So I hope this is clear. These two are your homework, guys. This structure is very important for JEE students. Try to understand this structure also. Basic beryllium acetate. This is there in S block. So it's important for the JEE students. इसका structure काफी important है JEE students के लिए. No, it is not hydroxido. Bridging ligands will not be named as hydroxido. Okay, it will be named as, no, you are right. It will be hydroxido only. Sorry, it will be hydroxido. Hydroxido. But in exam, if you see hydroxo, don't consider it wrong because some people are still using the old nomenclature. ठीक है, so don't consider it wrong. Now let me give you one more type of naming. If I give you this complex PtCl4 PtPy4, मतलब यहाँ पे your cation and anion both are complex. Your cation and anion both are complex. How to name this complex? How to name this type of complex? तो देखो इस type of complex को name करने के लिए you need lot of hit and trial. You need lot of hit and trial to name these type of complex. Right? I'll tell you how to do this, but again, as I told you, right, you need to be having the patience कि हाँ, you will not see this and run away. So इसमें first and foremost thing is, I would tell you, go home. It is PY4, pyridine, PY pyridine ligand. Go home, check your DNF block notes. I told you which element can show which oxidation state. उसका table किया हुआ है हमने. We have done the table where we have seen D block में which element can show which oxidation state. So you should know platinum can show which oxidation state first of all. So I know platinum can show +2 and +4. These are more stable oxidation states for platinum, right? Now, why I am saying that? Because I have one here, I have one here. So if I cross multiply, I can get -1 +1. Is it necessary it will be -1 and +1? Is it necessary it will be -1 and +1? No, beta. It can be +2 and -2 also. It can be +3 and -3 also. Now, how to decide whether it is +1 -1, +2 -2, +3 -3? How to decide? How would you decide that? That you can only decide if you know oxidation state of metal. Okay, I'll show you. If I take +1 here and -1 here, right? उल्टा कर लेते हैं ligands को थोड़ा. Let us change the ligands, वरना थोड़ा गड़बड़ हो जाएगा. Let us take Cl4 here. Let us take Py4 here. ठीक है? If I take this, pyridine is the neutral ligand. So with +1 -1, what is the oxidation state of platinum? +1, because pyridine is 0. What will be oxidation state of platinum? X plus 4 into -1 equal to -1. So +3. Is it correct? So you should ask, sir, is it correct? I would say, beta, it is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because platinum I know can show only +2 and +4. Most stable oxidation state याद होने चाहिए. Cobalt can show +3 and +2 and +3. Manganese +2. Right? You should know +3 it can show. Iron +2 +3 it can show. So most stable आपको याद रहने चाहिए. Nickel +2 +4. So now this is wrong. Now let us try with +2 and -2. Now let us try with +2 and -2. So if it is +2, then x plus 4 into 0 equal to +2. So x is coming out to be +2 here. What about this? X plus 4 into -1 equal to -2. So here also x is +2. Now is it correct or not? Both are coming +2. Correct? Now when I was discussing this type of question, peroxo, superoxo wala, yesterday I told you hit and trial is important. So you should go by hit and trial in such questions. Okay? So now both are getting +2. So I can take here +2 and -2. Okay? Right? So this is +2 and -2. Now we can name it. So what should I name first? Cation or anion? What should I name first? What should I name first? Cation or anion? Yes, very good, Ravi Kiran. I should name cation first. So in cation, it is a complex. In a complex, what do you name first? In a complex, what do you name first? Cation is a complex. In a complex, what do you name first? Ligand. Ligand is neutral. Neutral ligand is named as such. So tetra, first alphabet of a name is always capital. So tetrapyridine. Tetrapyridine. For PT, I will write platinum, bracket, oxidation state. What is the oxidation state? +2, Roman. Cation is over. Cation is over. Now between cation and anion there will be some gap. Now come to the anion. Anion is also complex. We will name ligand first. So it will be tetrachlorido. Tetrachlorido. Platinum or platinate? Platinum or platinate? Platinate, because it is an anionic complex. Bracket में oxidation state. Is that clear? So this is how you name a complex when your cation and anion both are complex. When your cation and anion both are complex, this is how you name it. ठीक है? All right. One more. I will give you homework. I will not discuss it. I have already consumed 3 minutes extra. I will give you a homework. You can discuss this. Cobalt NH3 6. Then cobalt Cl6. You can take this. Sir, while writing the oxidation state and Roman letters, is it necessary to write +2 or -2? We show this +2, -2 for our understanding. In question, you need not. In IUPAC name, you have to show in Roman only. Only 2, not +2. ठीक है, Mahavir, yeah. Right? So both should be stable. Yes, Pritesh, both should be stable. If this is +2, this is +3, it will not work. It should be stable. Right? This is your homework. You can try it out. You can try it out. Okay? So tomorrow we'll see Huggins concept in advanced class. So tomorrow I will extend the class again by 15 minutes, and I will discuss the Huggins concept in advanced class. All the good stuff in advanced class. Next slide is this, Pritesh. Thank you for your kind time and your kind patience, students. Maza aaya. Chalo, take care. Have a good night. Have a good day. Enjoy MT on 16th. Study well, prepare well. This chapter will come till crystal field theory. We are left with 2 topics, isomerism and crystal field theory. Tomorrow we'll start isomerism. Okay? +2 and other is +4. Yes, that can also work. Pasan. +2 +4 can work. This is previous slide, Gaurav. Notes will be uploaded now. Yes, I will upload it now itself. Thank you, Hari Prakash. It's been long. I have not spoken to Hari Prakash. I'll get time and call you. I know, Chandan. Yesterday I forgot. Thank you, Ankita. Portion of MT is full syllabus. Whatever is done till now in this chapter till CFT. Till CFT. 2 more topics. Isomerism, CFT are left. Decide PTCl4 will have a negative charge. How did I decide PTCl4 will have a negative charge? It is Gauri. Cation is always written first. Anion is always written last. Sorry. Cation is written first. Anion is written last. Your video, kya? Just a minute. Adesh, let me see. Which video are you talking about, Adesh? Right now, so I can't see anything. Just a minute. हाँ, आदेश कुछ तो दिख रहा है. रुक जाओ. अच्छा, क्वेश्चन कर दिया क्या तूने? आदेश गैप मत दो. लीगेंड और कैटायन, लीगेंड और मेटल में गैप मत दो. रेस्ट इट लुक्स करेक्ट टू मी. यस आदेश, करेक्ट. वेरी गुड. सही है. चलो, बाय बाय ऑल ऑफ यू. टेक केयर. हैव अ गुड डे अहेड. नेक्स्ट MT 16 अगस्त. प्रीवियस स्लाइड. प्रशांत कौन सा स्लाइड चाहिए बेटा? ये वाला है. Prashant, this is the previous slide. Chandan, here थोड़ा problem है. I am at my home. थोड़ा problem है. 1, 2, something like that. Something like that. Chandan. Hari Prakash. So PK, you are asking for this slide only, right? Yes, Gauri. Every time it will be like that. Yes, Hari Prakash. I'll call you, man. PK, screen sharing off हुआ. Oh, just a minute, PK. Yes, PK. अभी देखो. Yes, PK. ये वाला बोल रहे हो? Take care, Chandan. अयो. Take care, Chandan. Have a good day ahead. चलो. Note it, PK. Done, PK. चलो. Take care, all of you. Have a good day ahead. Enjoy your day. May God bless you all. प्रतीक्षा से बात किए हुए बहुत दिन हो गया. I'll message you, Pratiksha, someday. You only message me. We'll talk about your studies. चलो. Bye, guys. Enjoy.